Stairs. 4 out of 5 college students suffer from fear of stairs. Whether it be to the first floor, the third, or the sixth, the fear is strong. But we need to stop this. We need to work together and conquer these stairs, step by step. So stop taking the elevator, take a deep breath, and take the first step to a new you.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Different Views. Today we're discussing dorming on campus versus commuting. Joining me today is our special guest, Davion Rivera.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. Give us a little background about yourself.
My major is forensic psychology.
That's awesome. What made you choose that major?
Well, it's one of my interests. That's just what it is.
You're a dormer, correct?
Yes, I am.
So tell me a little bit about your dorming experience so far and what you do here while living on campus. Dorm room, campus life.
Well, I guess it's kind of like weird because I have to talk to my roommates and, talk about the things that we're going to do. And it's kind of like hard to adjust, like to get into like that daily routine. But
What would you say is the most exciting thing about living on campus?
I would say it's like getting to meet new people and exploring new events and opportunities, things like that.
Okay, so I've heard that you're switching to be a commuter for next fall and spring semester. What made you decide to do so?
I guess talk about like personal growth and like save money and things like that. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you think that your experience here on campus will be better after making this change?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
I think it would be more like things related to like mental clarity. Like, I don't know, I would be more like, I feel like I would be able to have more financial freedom and like my life would become more structured somehow.
Do you think it just really depends on the person and their talent when deciding their dorm?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
Well, I think when it comes to my my personality and like independence and my finances and like comfort levels within my life.
How do you think this change will improve or impact you mentally, socially, physically, and academic-wise?
I think when it comes to like my stress levels and time management, and I guess also making adjustments when it comes to commuting, and also like making time for my grades and just making sure that I'm also able to focus on both and keep my A's.
Good point.
In every class.
What's one thing that you could do or felt like you couldn't do that you will be able to do when switching to commuting?
Save more money and of course work more and also help my family, which is one of my biggest things too, and also have more privacy, like for myself. Yeah.
You like hanging out with your family?
Yeah, things like that too.
Nice. Let's look at some statistics. Approximately 85% of U.S. college students are commuters, while only 10% of first-year students at many national universities live on campus with trends heavily influenced by cost and age. What's your view on this?
Well, I think when it comes to the price of things can like in our reality right now, like current things are very expensive. So I think that would be a thing that to think about and one of my considerations as well.
Commuter students report higher anxiety and lower life satisfaction, particularly those relying on public transit. Commuters often travel 30 to 50 minutes with significant portions traveling over an hour, leading to reduced study time and increased sleep disruption. And commuter students are more likely to be students of color, transfer students, or working while enrolled. Around 39% of commuter students attend part-time. From reading these statistics, I think it's interesting how all these factors come into play, and it truly does show how it depends on the individual.
I think it comes to discussing discussing the the needs versus choices and responsibilities of continuing something.
I agree. Stay tuned for our next segment where we ask Rosalina rapid fire questions. We'll be right back.
Stairs. 4 out of 5 college students suffer from fear of stairs. Whether it be to the first floor, the third, or the sixth, the fear is strong. But we need to stop this. We need to work together and conquer these stairs, step by step. So stop taking the elevator, take a deep breath, and take the first step to a new you.
This pen isn't working again! I feel like I'm having a crisis.
Crisis?
I know I ordered hot coffee and not cold. No one ever listens to me.
Sounds like you have a crisis.
My pen isn't working. The internet in this place is absolutely horrible, so now my computer doesn't work. And to top it off, the coffee that I ordered that I said hot is cold because they gave me ice. Like, I need iced coffee in this weather. Like, honestly, this is ridiculous. I feel like I'm going through a crisis.
Crisis?
I'm gonna have to call you back?
Oh, hey, are you okay?
Have you seen a girl, like, this tall around?
No, should I have?
She's been following me around screaming crisis at me.
Oh, Casey? She's a public relations major. They're working on crisis management this week.
Public relations forms relationships between businesses and the public. A degree in public relations could lead to jobs like media planner, social media manager, marketing assistant, copywriter, and crisis manager.
She does realize that's not how crisis management works, right?
Nope. They didn't get to that part yet.
Great.
Alright, welcome back to Different Views. This next segment is called Rapid Fire Questions. We have 20 questions here and 60 seconds to answer. Let's see how long it takes. Davion, are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Start. Alright, let's begin. Question 1. Name a skill you're best at.
Sleeping.
Morning worker or night grinder?
Night grinder.
Awesome. Music or silence while working?
Music.
Planner or last minute type of guy?
Both.
Least favorite subject?
Oh my god. Math.
Notes or no notes?
Notes, definitely.
Online classes or in person?
In person.
Dream job?
Acting.
Dream goal?
Buy a house to my mom.
Skill you're secretly proud of?
I can do a lot of figures with clay.
Interesting. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hope to see myself in 5 years living together with my family, which I do, but in a house.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I guess we can continue. All right.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Yeah, let me elaborate on that. Like I said, I would like to buy a house to my family. Like I do plan to work very hard and be able to afford, not only for myself, but also kind of like pay back my mom all the things that she has done for me.
That's nice.
Really, so.
Group work or solo?
Solo.
Proudest moment?
Coming to school, deciding to go to college, to be more specific, yes.
Skill you teach?
That's a good one. I feel like, well, I do go to the gym.
Oh.
So I feel like I don't see myself, or even though at some point I did, to be a personal trainer. but that would be something that I would like to help people with, like outside of like what my actual job would be. But I don't think it would go. I wouldn't go into like personal training, but you know, like help my friends, family members, people close to me.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Something you can wait to do in life.
I want to travel.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go to like Spain, Italy,
Fun.
China, like all those countries.
That's
Away
good.
from America.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. One habit that makes you succeed.
Never give up.
Aw.
Yeah.
A job you would never want.
A janitor.
Yeah. Yeah. Best
Sorry.
best advice you've gotten.
Best advice I've gotten. Speaking of my mom, once again, I think it would have to be definitely from her, and I think it would be something like always look at the needs you have, and never like the distance. Like meaning like focus on what you actually need, and like don't think about the struggles that could come with it. Just keeps like stay on that, like, and never give up kind of thing. Yeah.
That's good. Lastly, dormer or commute?
Although I commute now, I've been thinking, and I think I would like to dorm. Yeah.
Alright, that's great. How are you feeling?
That was fun. You know, I feel good. Yeah.
I think you did good. I think you were comfortable with the questions.
Yes.
Now, before we leave and wrap up this fantastic episode, do you have any advice for students deciding to dorm or commute?
Well, I think if you've never dormed before, I would definitely give it a try, just because I feel like we all should give ourselves the opportunity to have that dorming and college experience. If you don't like it after you've completed your first year, then don't do it. And I know money could be, you know, one of the biggest impediment, and if you have no help from your parents or from whoever, then it wouldn't be smart to dorm again, and then having to know that that would be a struggle that you have to deal with after you graduate. But I would say give it a try. If you think it's not for you, then just don't do it and commute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That was great. And thank you so much, Davion, for coming on the show and discussing this topic with me.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Choosing whether or not to dorm or commute really just depends on what you want out of it. I hope this episode gave you information and made you decide on what you would like to do. And we'll be back with more. Bye.